Just one second.
Today, in the media conference with Lal Goel, which is brought to you by V4 News, Karu News, V4 Stream, Malnadu TV India, News Gaon se, Samvad Sarokar News, Bharat Post News, Gyan, and Organ Donation India Foundation. Our endeavor is to enlighten you with the current topic. And today's program is a very, very important program because today's program is in association with United University Prayagraj. And today's program is dedicated for the organ donation awareness. And today's topic is ethical and legal paradigm of organ donation. And being the keynote speaker and the chief editor, now what I will do, I will hand over to Ms. Riti Singh, who is the Faculty of Law, United University Prayagraj, and she is the program coordinator. So I just welcome Ms. Riti Singh. Ms. Riti Singh, now the program I am handing over to you, so you can start the program.
Thank you so much, sir. A very good morning to everyone who has joined us. Today's webinar is dedicated to the theme of ethical and legal paradigm of organ donation in India. I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude for having this webinar with you, sir, and a very good morning to you, sir. The keynote speaker for today's event is Mr. Lal Goel, sir. Mr. Lal Goel is the chairman of Organ Donation India Foundation and Gyan. He is also the chief promoter of Pandit Health Resort and Spa, Mangaluru. Sir has done his post-graduation in political science. Mr. Goel has won many awards and accolades domestically and internationally, including the prestigious Rajiv Gandhi Businessman of the Year Award, India Darshan National Integration Award in 2019, amongst others. Mr. Goel is the chief editor of Media Conference with Lal Goel and has been conducting daily shows since the start of the pandemic, in which all the top dignitaries like governors, central ministers, senior bureaucrats, vice chancellors, former Supreme Court judges, army, police officers, professionals and businessmen have participated. He has covered over 700 episodes across diverse topics such as organ donation awareness, COVID-19, education, mental health, and many other current relevant topics. He also writes on current affairs. Sir's program is live telecasted by many channels with a viewership of over 2 million, sir. I would like to welcome you, sir, on behalf of the United University and United Institute of Medical Sciences family. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Ms. Riti Singh, for giving my introduction, although every day I am conducting the program, but I am very happy. And viewers, I will like to tell you first, before I will start the program, is that today's program is unique because this Prayagraj University, which is also having a medical college, so their medical students and the other faculty students are watching this show live, and they are going to ask the questions about the organ donation once I will be giving my keynote speech, as well as our chief guest will be speaking. So now we will start about the organ donation. First, one should understand what is organ donation. There are two types of organ donation. One is a living organ donation, and second is brain death organ donation. Now, organs, when we talk about organs, we have to understand that we have 8 organs which are called life savings, which are like a heart, 2 kidneys, 2 lungs, pancreas, liver, and intestine. So these organs functions in our body every moment, every second, every millisecond, till the time we are alive. So the living donation is when anyone becomes having any problem with an organ. Now for living, there are only few organs which can be donated. That is 1 kidney out of 2. and part of liver, part of pancreas, and part of lung. This is only possible to give at the time of for a living donation. But the brain dead donation, all the organs can be given. Now, what is the difference between living and brain dead is living can be donated during a lifetime, and brain death is only donated when the brain is declared dead, but other organs are functioning. So when we talk about living donation in India, India has come out with a law which is called THOA in 1994. And in that law, they have legalized the organ donation, and they have issued the detailed guidelines in which only very close relatives, blood relatives, are allowed to donate organs to the other person, to the relative. And as per the definition, the close relatives in that law is grandparents, parents, sibling, spouse, children, and grandchildren. Only they are allowed to donate their organs. But there is also a provision in which one can donate their organ to someone unrelated, but for that they have to prove that they are giving out of love and affection, because to check that there should be no trading of organs. So for that they have a very strong, strict committee. If anybody wants to donate organ to someone else, and then that person have to appear and tell why he or she wants to donate. But it is not that common. It's not easy to donate. So basically, only the relatives can donate one kidney or part of liver or pancreas or part of lobe of lung. But that is only for relatives. So this is as far as the living donation is concerned. And now, what is brain dead? Brain dead is when a person's the oxygen stops going to the brain. Now, this generally happens because of the road accidents. You all might have seen that how anyone who just have an accident, they declare brain death, but still all other organs are functioning. So they put him or her on ventilator. Now, in that case, once the patient is declared brain dead, now question is, who is going to declare the brain dead? There is again in the law, it's a provision, guidelines are there, that there are committees in every district. And what the government has done, they have formed a NOTO, that is National Organ and Tissue Transplant Organization, that is a central body. Then they have a ROTO, that is regional, and then they have a SOTO, that is state. So under them, all the districts is having a committees which comprises of a neurosurgeon, urologist, nephrologist, and they all are very persons of very eminence and prominence. So they come and examine once the patient is declared brain death by the local hospital, because after the brain accident, the patient goes to the hospital, or it can also occur due to some acute illness like acute asthma, when the oxygen stops going to the brain. In that case, also the patient can be declared brain death if the brain is not functioning. So the committee comes to the hospital, they do the detailed examination of that patient, and if they feel that yes, this patient cannot revive, then they certify that this patient is likely to be declared as brain dead. But they will not declare it as a brain dead. Then minimum time is 6 hours. So they will come after 6 hours minimum, maybe 6 or 7 hours or 8 hours. Again, they will re-examine. And in case if they will find again that now there are no chances of revival of the person, then they declare brain death. And after that only the organs can be retrieved and they can be transplanted in the other person. Now, other person means unrelated, anyone, but there is a waiting list, very strict waiting list maintained by the government. But in that waiting list, what they have done, that whichsoever hospital is doing, suppose the hospital in Allahabad has got the person admitted who is declared as brain dead, then and they have a facility for transplant of organs like heart or kidney or liver or pancreas or lungs, then they have a first priority of those organs wherever the patient is admitted, for the waiting list which is been maintained by them. Otherwise, they will just see where the nearest place the or demand of organ. So if they're in the Allahabad or the Prayagraj, the organ, say heart is not required, kidney is required, and they have taken. So heart is required. Suppose at Delhi, where the wait, as per the waiting list, as per the person who require is in the condition that if he or she will not get the heart, may die. So then immediately a green corridor will be formed from the hospital to the airport. Now, what is green corridor? Green corridor is that on one way of the road, no other vehicle will be allowed. And the police will escort, the local police will escort from the hospital to the airport, and they will just see that at what time the flight is going. At that time only they will retrieve, they will send it to the airport. At the airport also, all the airport managers and the directors, they will be attending it personally. They will see to it that the organ will be immediately checked, that there is nothing else, and immediately boarded on the aircraft, and it will reach to Delhi. In Delhi also, the green corridor will be made. The ambulance will take the organ from inside the airport, that is from the aircraft only, near the aircraft, and immediately the ambulance will rush to the hospital where they are going to transplant. Now, you may ask, why so hurry? Because the heart is requiring a transplantation time between 4 to 6 hours. Generally, they take 4 hours. So one can understand that within 4 hours, the heart has to be taken out. Then it has to be put in the ambulance, go to the airport, then from airport, the flight time, and then again from airport to the Delhi hospital. So that's why this green corridor and all those things are in place. In India, unfortunately, only 5% are the brain dead who are donating. Otherwise, 95% are the living donation. Now you may ask, why organ donation? What is the need? So I will say only one thing. We are not God, but God has given us power to save up to 8 lives and improvise 75 lives. So this thing, which is a supreme donation, you may go to temple, mosque, church, gurudwara, you may donate money, you may go to orphanage, you may go to school, you may go to hospital, you can donate, but you cannot save a life which you can save through the organ donation. Now, this is organ. Now, one is tissue. Now, tissues are like eye cornea, bone, skin, etc. Now, that is, even after the normal death, these things can be done, but they are not termed as a life-saving, because if a person is blind, he is not seeing anything, but his life, he can continue up to any age. But without heart, because if the heart has become defective, it has to be changed within certain time. Otherwise, the patient will die. Now, I will tell you some figures which are very sad, I must say. In India, official figures from the NOTO, which was released, that every year more than 5 lakhs people are dying, which works out to be almost 1,500 every day, which works out to be 1 every minute. So if our program is for 85 minutes, you can imagine during our program, 85 people are losing their life in India. This is the official figure. Unofficially, it might be more, because many of these states are not giving their figures in time or properly. But even if we take this 5 lakhs figure, it's too high. So why it is too high in comparison to other countries? I will give you the example of other country like USA. USA, figure which is of 2019, because 2020, 2021, we are not taking due to the COVID, and the figures are not properly available. But in 2019, in USA, 7,500 people lost their life, vis-a-vis 5 lakhs in India. In UK, 400 people lost their life. Now you will say UK is very small country. Yes, it is 1/20th as far as the population is concerned. But multiply 20 with 400, it works out to be 8,000. If it is of India equivalent population, 8,000 vis-a-vis 5 lakhs. So why it is so? Why India is having so many deaths? Although Indians are supposed to be the most compassionate fellows, they always believe in donations, etc. Why? Because again, there are two types of organ donation in the brain death. One is opt-in, another is opt-out. Now, opt-in is again two types. We have like one is volunteer, like in India. This is that if I will today fill up the form and I say I want to donate my organs, you can and you can say yes. If I am filling, means being the chairman of Organ Donation India Foundation, I am totally convinced that this is something very good and noble. I fill up the form. I got my organ donor's card also. But in case if I had an accident and tomorrow I am declared brain dead, the final say for donation or no donation belongs to my family. My wife, my brothers or my children can say no. If anyone say no, then the government or the health authority cannot take my organs. So in India, this is prevailing. While in USA, this opt-in system is also in USA. But there the difference is that there once a person become adult, he can opt in, like in India, whether I want to be organ donor or not. But once he fill up the form, today I am talking of 2022, not a single instance have come, because once the patient declared brain dead, the government authorities informed to all the relatives, the close kith and kin, that see this has filled up the form, we have a registration, we would like to take organs, and they always fulfill the last wish of the brain dead person. They never object. While in India, it is not like that. And that's why the percentage is very less. This is called opt-in system. One is opt-out system, which is prevailing in Europe as well as in UK. UK has taken this opt-out system because in 2018, their deaths were about 700. So they want to reduce. So they have come out with opt-out system. Opt-out system is that once a person become adult, then he or she can opt out that I do not wish to be organ donor. Otherwise, it is deemed that you are an organ donor. But if you opt out, then in case if you require organs, you will be on the bottommost of the waiting list. So suppose that there is a waiting list of say 2,000 or 5,000 or a lakh. So your number will always be in bottom. So in other words, it's very unlikely that you will get organ. So and that's why people are opting, not opting out. Rather, they want to be there that they will, so that they will get. Now the question comes, when this is the situation, why legally we are not changing? So that ethical part, when our topic is about ethical and legal, ethical part is that one should donate. And why one should donate? That we have that power. We can save so many lives. And I will tell you one more thing, interesting thing, that somebody feels that the death is a very painful thing for everyone. I said, no, sometimes death is very beautiful. You may say, how? Suppose tomorrow, one call goes from one of my friend gives a call to my other friend and he says, a good news, Mr. Goel is declared brain dead. So that my other friend will definitely say, what you are saying, how it is a good news, it's a very sad news. Then my friend will say at that time, No, because your son was waiting for the heart, and Mr. Goel's heart is already on the way to save your son. Now, imagine the condition of the entire family of the recipient of that heart, the entire, all relatives, friends, they are all jubilant. They will be celebrating. So that is all. That is not always painful. They can also give life. So that's why ethically one should donate. This is the only thing which we have. We are not doctors, but still we can save lives. We are not God. We have that power. So that is ethical thing. Now coming to the legal thing. Legally, yes, they can stop. Our relatives can say no. But again, my question is, if I have a power to create a will of my properties, that my house will go to my son, my car will go to my daughter, and this thing will go. This I have earned, but my organs belongs to me only. Even property which has come from my ancestors also, which my thing, I can also will it, but not my organs. So that's why this legally there is a lacuna. Because India, we have lots of religions, and we feel that it will hurt few of the religion. But I will tell you, like our Hinduism, in Hinduism also, Maheshi Dadichi's name you might have all read, at least in the primary schools or secondary schools, where he donated his bones to save the mankind. So one can imagine that we have that tradition to donate. So why any religion should come say no? Even Muslims, they always believe that please donate everything so to help others. Now, helping others by giving money or even giving your own things, because everybody knows that once we are declared dead, then our body either it will be burned or it will be buried. In both the cases, we are not going to get anything. So, as far as legal is concerned, we are also trying as our organization to come out pursuing to the government. We have discussed with a few judges also, or lawyers also, but the only thing is we have to file a PIL, and legally so much long process, but we are creating awareness. So in India, we have to create the awareness. Now, creating awareness to the young people, because you are all educated, you understand the importance of it. And one more thing I would like to tell you, that the chances of donating is 1, but chances to receive is 6 times more. So it means you have this ratio of receiving 6 times more than donating, 1:6, because Indian the donation is very, very less. It is less than 1 per million, while in other countries it's about 35.5, or it goes up to 45.5 per million, that is 10 lakhs. So these are the things, and I will just say a few more things, then I will give back to Ms. Riti Singh. First living organ donor in a successful transplant was Ronald Lee Herrick. He was born in 1931 and died in 2010. He donated a kidney to his identical twin brother in 1954. So you can imagine, just see 54 to 2010, how many years, at least I think, if my mathematics is not wrong, 56 years, they survive. The person is survived. So the myth is there that if you donate a kidney, you will die in 5 years or 10 years. No, it is not like that. The youngest organ donor is Hope Lee of Newmarket, UK, who donated her kidney and liver, not herself, but rather family, and liver cells just 74 minutes after she was born. So the youngest is 74 minutes only. That is, I think, not even 1.5 hours on 24th November 2015. So the age is not there. The oldest known organ donor was of 95 years in USA. So anyone newly born to 95 years. This is as far as this information. Then, as I already told, organ donation are legal by Indian law. The Indian government enacted the Transplantation of Human Organ Act, THOA, in 1994, which allows organ donation and legalize the concept of brain death. And national organ, NOTO, I have already explained to you that their function as the apex body for activities of relating to procurement, allotment, and distributions of organs in country. Although India has performed the second largest number of transplantation in the world in 2019 after United States, it lags far behind the Western nations like Spain, where, as I told you, it was 35.1 person per million population, and United States 21.9, and United Kingdom 15.5, and India it is 0.65 per million population in 2019. Now, so all these things are there, and one more thing which I would like to say, because we always talk about women empowerment. In India, as per the RTI 2019, only 19% recipients were women, while 84% donors were women. It is very sad, because in all other countries, it's almost equal. Here in India, sister can donate her kidney to brother, daughter donate to father, mother will donate to son, but very rarely brother will donate to sister, father will donate to daughter, or husband will donate to wife, wife can donate to husband. So this concept also has to be changed, and I'm sure that with the awareness which is being taken and creating here and there, and I must give thanks to Professor Dr. Anand Mohan Agrawal for allowing me and giving me time to speak about organ donation, so that you all young people can create awareness, and it will become, you will all become the brand ambassador for organ donation. Thank you very much. And after our chief guest, when he will speak, and after that, I am open for any questions whatsoever you have asked. I am not a doctor, but I will try to answer as much as, in case if I am having no answer, I will tell you very frankly, because I do not want to mislead anything. And one more thing, viewers, I can tell very frankly, when the program coordinator, Ms. Riti Singh, spoke to me, she says, we are getting the questions. Shall we send the question right now? I said, no, I believe that the question should come. I do not want to do something or set something which is wrong precedent, because when we we have never allowed copying in the universities or colleges or schools. Why should I do that? If I will not having the answer, I will say no, but I assure you that within a day or two, you will get the answer. I will send to a program coordinator, and she can send to you who sir is asking question. So thank you very much, Professor Agrawal, for giving me the opportunity, and thank you very much, Ms. Riti Singh. Over to you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your insights on organ donation. I would now like to welcome the chief guest for today's event, Professor A.M. Agarwal, sir. Professor A.M. Agarwal is the Pro Vice Chancellor of United University, and sir would like to enlighten us with his insights.
Thank you, Riti.
Thank you, sir.
And once again, I welcome Mr. Lal Goel to our program. First of all, I am very much thankful to him that when I requested him to give a talk to our students, faculty, and all our staff on the very important topic of organ donation, he very readily agreed. We have done some programs together with him on different topics. And just for the viewers who may not have gone through his credentials, Mr. Lal Goel conducts program every day from 10:30 to 12, and then again in the evening 4:30 to 5:30 on various topics. And during pandemic, it was a very great opportunity to listen to so many stalwarts, judges, ministers, and others on very, very important topics. So thank you very much, sir, for your kind acceptance. And I'm sure that today's program will illuminate the minds of our students for both from the university as well as the medical college, and they will try to go through the details of organ donation. You have very nicely explained about the living and brain dead organ donation. And as you have also said, the awareness in Indian people is very low. And also, as you concluded saying that it has some gender bias, yes, it is also true. One of our colleague in where I was working earlier, GLA University, had a kidney failure, and he was declared to have a very short life left. And then we started hunting for some living organ donor for him, a kidney. It took us about 3 to 4 months to get a proper kidney. And with God's blessing, he is doing very well for last 3 years. I met him last week only again when I was in Mathura, and I was very happy to see him. I, on my own, have been very much interested in this topic. My elder brother is a doctor, so we have discussed this thing many a times, and particularly it started when we read some newspaper articles that some mischievous doctors and other medical staff have taken kidney from someone's body without letting him know, or they promised something, they did not pay him, or many things have happened. I'm not going into that. See, our purpose should not be to unnecessarily analyze the wrongdoings. Our purpose should be how can we make people aware and how can we make them feel safe. That it is not that if you are donating something, you become unsafe or you will die. As you gave example that someone lived 56 years even after donating kidney, it is true. Many people have got their one kidney failed and they have lived on only one kidney. There are some medical cases also where by birth the child had only one kidney and the child has grown and they are doing very well. My purpose of organizing this lecture through Mr. Lal Goel was to make our students, faculty aware. And I'm not saying that this is the last thing. This is just the beginning. I was discussing with Mr. Goel that can we have some kind of a local chapter or local outfit, or how can we as a medical college or a doctor's community here can help save life. Even if we are able to save 1 or 2 lives through organ donation, I think my purpose of life will be fulfilled. I am sure that this is something which has to come in our daily life. Blood donation people are doing. Blood donation was also something very difficult few decades ago. Even now today, you go to any hospital and if your relative is requiring blood and you call some friends or you call some relatives, people try to be shy. They do not want to donate blood. But yes, I know many institutes, even in GLA University, and even I am doing it in United University, that we have got blood group done for every student. And if anyone requires, we just float a WhatsApp message that if anyone is ready to donate, please donate and save life. Similarly, these organs also have to come in our daily life, because after the death, this is going to be of no one's use if we bury them or if we cremate them or if we have any other mode of dispensing the body. We must have awareness that yes, by my signing or my willingness, if I do it, if my family supports it, so the work has to start from the family. We must enlighten our family members, our children, our wives, our parents and others, that you see, everyone has to go. No one can say that I will be here throughout or for centuries and centuries. We all have to go. Let's leave this world with making someone else happy through the donation of our organs. The government has put law, the government has come up with notifications. We can, I will request my law faculty members and our medical faculty members and students that if we can even think of persuading the government to come up with some liberal laws, some other things, it will be a great service. We can initiate. I know it will take years. We will have debates. We will have conferences on this. And then only I think the government will be persuaded that yes, it is to be done. As Mr. Goel said, in UK it is opt-out. Means by default I am an organ donor. Only if I say I will not do it, then my body will be not touched. But otherwise, so why not we also have in India, it's all opt-out. We are a big country. We need organs every minute, as Mr. Goel gave the statistics. And this was again a statistics which is official statistics. The actual must be more, at least 2, 3, 4x. So why not we initiate? We will certainly have the guidance of Mr. Goel, and our LLM students or our senior LLB students can take up this as a project topic, seminar topic, or even we can organize some one-day program. Allahabad has got Honorable High Court here. We can request some senior lawyers and judges to participate and give their views. How can we do it? Because this is a very, very serious matter. When I read or when I see on TV some ambulance running in the green corridor, I feel so much proud that my country can do this. My people can do this. Otherwise, on the other extreme, we see every day that ambulances are giving sirens and people are not vacating the road. People are still driving on the main road. I was in Muscat for 7 years, and you will not believe, the moment any siren was heard, everyone will go to the other side of the road, stop their vehicle and let the ambulance go at the maximum possible speed. Because at that point of time, every second counts. Please think that if my relative, if someone is in dire need of a medical assistance and I am sitting in ambulance and the car in front of me is not giving me way, my eyes will be full of tears. So all these things we need to educate to our young generation. Our generation has seen many things, many technological developments. We must try to create awareness, and if possible, we can create some such waiting list and other things in our hospital where, as I said, even if every year 2, 3, 4, 5 lives are saved in United Institute of Medical Science, I think it will be a great, great service to our society and the humanity. The reason of today's program is only creating awareness, and I am sure that my faculty and students will have sufficient interest to take it further and have major contribution in the society. I will not take much time because I'm sure my students and faculty have got a lot of questions and they are waiting that Mr. Goel will very ably answer them. So thank you very much, Mr. Goel. And as it is, we will keep meeting and then we'll have more interaction. Thank you. Back to Riti.
Thank you so much, sir, for your insights on this topic. We are really enlightened by your insights. I would now like to take up the questions of our students. They are very inquisitive about asking questions, sir. May I take the questions, sir, now?
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Good morning, sir. I am Pranjal Yadav, and I am pursuing BLLB from United University, Prayagraj. So my question is, should organ donation be made compulsory in India, considering the fact that millions of lives can be saved if organ donation is made compulsory?
Mr. Yadav, good question. But as earlier I said, we should not make compulsory, but we can go, as Professor Agarwal mentioned, about opt-out system. Or even opt-in, we must make it mandatory that that in case if it is opt-in, no one should withdraw at the last moment, or the kids, the relative should give consent. But opt-out system, in my opinion, is more workable in India. Because here, if you want to opt out, once you become 18 years, you can opt out, otherwise not. And in case if you're opted out, no problem. Only thing is that tomorrow, if anyone requires those who has opted out, he has to be in the bottom most of the list. Then the solution is there. And one thing I will tell you, in India, about 1.65 lakhs people are dying every year because of road accidents, out of which about 1 lakh people are declared brain dead. So if all those 1 lakh people, their organs are utilized, so one can imagine about 8 lakhs lives can be saved. So your answer is, question answer is that not make it compulsory, but opt-out system is good. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So much, sir. One more student is there who is going to ask the question now.
Morning, sir. Sir, I'm Aditya Pandey from United University. I'm pursuing BLLB. Sir, you talked about figures and stated something, sir, like a person dies a day from failure of organ donation. So my question is, sir, what is the success rate of organ donations in India?
See, first thing I will correct, it's not 1 per day, it's 1 per minute
Per
who is
minute.
dying. 1 per minute is dying.
Yes.
And the success rate now, see, earlier we were not doing this transplantation surgery in India. It started somewhere in 90s. And now today our doctors, which are one of the best doctors in the world, with very good hospitals, all corporate hospitals, private hospitals, many government, few government hospitals, I will not say many, few. They are, I think some disturbance. Anyway, so they are performing, and there is a 100% success rate in any surgery. Doctors, you have a medical college, they know that success rate. Doctors tries their best, the hospital tries their best, but sometimes if something goes wrong because of the condition, that is separate thing. But this is a surgery where doctors, when they feel that everything is safe, then only they perform the surgery. So success rate is almost 100%. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Another student is there with this question.
Riti, I will request you that once the student asks questions, put it on mute. Huh?
No, no, if they will put on mute, then they will not be able to hear.
Otherwise, disturbance is coming from the hall.
Okay, sir.
Once the question is asked, you just put it on the mute.
Okay, sir. I'll do it.
Good morning, sir. My name is Amrish Pandey, and I am pursuing BLLB from United University, Prayagraj. And sir, my question is, organ donation is sometimes misused by privileged classes. Is there any way to make organ donation process accessible for all, especially underprivileged classes, and transparent in nature?
Yeah. Okay. Very good question. Number one, misuse of anything. You are a student. You can also misuse tomorrow in your studies. So it is our moral. If we want to misuse any system, government has put all the systems in place. If we are misusing, we are not harming anyone else. We are harming ourselves, because tomorrow, as I told you, 6 times chances are that I require organs. So tomorrow, if I'm misusing today, tomorrow I may get that same treatment. So one should not do it. Secondly, you said how to, what was your second question in this? How to? What was your question?
How to make, sir, how to make it is for, especially for underprivileged
Yes,
persons,
sorry,
and transparent
yes.
in nature.
Yes. I will tell you one thing, that media conference with Lal Goel is having that privilege, because we have many discussions on organ donation. And in one of that, we suggested that in Ayushman Bharat, where there was a limit of 5 lakhs for the underprivileged or those who cannot afford, the limit is now increased to 15 lakhs for the organ donation. So almost all organs can be covered in 15 lakhs, with definitely some help from NGOs as well as from the hospitals which are conducting. So government is trying. Only thing is we should also come forward, and the hospital should also reduce the rates, although it's a very sophisticated and highly this thing, that the performance of the surgery in a very good atmosphere, very hygiene atmosphere. So the medication is also expensive. So that's why the cost is high. But I'm sure the government, the way they are moving and the efforts the corporates and the private hospitals are doing, the price will come down. But right now, 15 lakhs, up to 15 lakhs, the limit is there under Ayushman Bharat. So underprivileged can be covered. Only thing is awareness is not there. As Professor Agrawal also said, if the people will come to know that up to 15 lakhs, there is no problem, then they can come to the hospital and get the surgery done. Only thing is that the youth has to create that awareness. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Another student will ask question now.
Good morning, sir. My name is Maya Shankar Shukla from United University. And my question to you, sir, is what are the ways by which we can fight the unethical and illegal organ donation in India?
Which by way of we can find.
We can fight the unethical.
Okay. See, fight is very clear. There is a law in place, and very, very stringent law. The person who is found guilty in this can go above 5 to 7 years in prison. So the laws are very strict. Number one. Number two, I will tell you, earlier it was easy because there was no law and there is no committees. Now, as per the new guidelines, there are committees. If a patient is declared brain death, it is not easy for the hospital to take out any organs without the consent of that committee. Because if they will do it, and if the relative comes to know, the social media and the media is very powerful now. Earlier it was not. And if it will come in the media, immediately that hospital will be blacklisted, and those who are involved in this thing will be behind the bar. So only thing, if you come to know that anyone has done like this, or anyone has sold his organs, immediately you bring to the knowledge of the authorities and to the media, that then it can be stopped immediately. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Another student is there.
Yeah.
Morning, sir. Myself, Soumya Gupta from United University, and my question is, who can donate organ in India, and at what age one can go for organ donation?
Okay. Who can donate? Everyone can donate. Age, as I told, 74 minutes old to 95 years old. So there is no age limit. Yes, only those who are having chronic infectious disease like AIDS, like cancer. In that also, if that cancer or AIDS have spread in that particular organ. So we have 8 organs. If everything is affected, then that is not possible. But like a person who's having diabetes, he or she can also donate. Only thing, the organ has to be healthy. If your organ is not healthy, you cannot donate. So the doctor will assess whether the organ is healthy. A person who is consuming liquor in excess, liver is already damaged, he or she cannot donate. So that if you want to donate, anyone want to donate, we have to take care of our organs. So we should not be involved in such type of vices which will harm our own organs. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We have another question, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, myself Shreya Pandey. I'm pursuing BBLLB from United University, and my question is, what are the limitations and problems related to the donation of organs, and what are the ways to overcome them?
Please repeat your question again.
What are the limitations and problems related to the organ donation and ways to overcome them?
Okay. See, the problems and are related to the organ donation is only the perception. We think that if I will donate, there is a perception or a myth that if I will donate my eye or eye cornea after my death or anything, a kidney, in the next birth, I will not have kidney or eye. This is a myth. If it is, then if I am donating money in rupees to the temple, the next time I will not have any rupee. So this is all myth. So it's a perception. There is only perception. Otherwise, everyone can donate. And especially when in India, the donation is for your own family. I don't understand why anyone is having any objection. Then if I have to save life of my wife or my brother or sister or my son or daughter or my father or grandparents, why should I not come forward when I know that one kidney can function as good as the other? And I will like to add one more thing, like liver. If you give the part of your liver, the God has given the power that after some time that liver, what I have donated, the part of the liver, it will again regain the same shape it was earlier. So there is nothing, but the perception is, no, it is harmful. And second perception is, it is against our religion. No religion prohibit about the organ donation, whether you are a Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Jain or Sikh, any caste, creed, everyone can donate. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We have one more student waiting to ask his question.
Yes, please.
Good morning, sir. My name is Srijan Kushwaha and I'm pursuing BLLB from United University. So my question is there any implementation of penal provision that has limited the black marketing of human organs?
Yes, I told you, 1994 Goa Act is there, in which stringent punishments are there, not less than 5 years. It can be 7 years or more. So it is already there. And in that, if anybody reports and if the government finds, if it is FIR is lodged, and many have been prosecuted also. So it is not like that. Earlier, it was not there. Then people used to take advantage, but not like this. One thing I would like to add here, there was a WhatsApp message going on during the COVID that many COVID patients who died because of the COVID, the hospitals have taken out the kidneys and they have sold it. It is all it's a myth. It's wrong. Because as I told you earlier, once a death occurs of any person, all organs stops functioning immediately. Only if it is a brain death, then only. So if the patient is died because of the COVID or any other reason or normal heart attack or anything, then the organs will not work. So we have that. That's why earlier question was asked by the girl, and she asked about the what is the reservation? The only perception. We have to change our perception. You have to understand that all laws are there, and now you are pursuing law. So you can very well go through it, and you will understand what are the stringent punishments. It is like this, that 302 is applicable for murder, but people are doing murder. But everyone is not doing murderer. It's not. After all, we are 140 crores population. So few black sheeps are always there, but we cannot term them that they are our role model. No, not at all. They are the black. They are the black spots in the society. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. One more student is there who's going to ask the question now.
Yes.
Good morning, sir. My name is Ishani Singh. I'm pursuing BBLLB from United University. Sir, I have a question that if a person who has agreed or wants to donate his organ dies and his family or legal heir denies the donation after his death, then in that case, can donation be made?
No. I told you earlier also, that is the problem in India, that if they say no, then no donation can be. So in this case, I would like to tell you, today, you being youth, young, you would like to fill up the forms. You would like to pledge the donate. please don't do it. First, go and talk to your family. Convince them that why you are taking decision. Tell them that every minute one person is dying. Every year so many persons are dying for want of organ. If you can pursue them, if you convince them, then fill up the form, then become organ donor, so that tomorrow, if anything happens to a person who has filled up the form and he or she dies, brain death declared, then the family knows that yes, he and she, the girl or the boy, has asked us permission, so we must. So that is very much required. So I always tell everybody, before filling up the form, please ask your family members, convince them. And even one more further step, try to convince them that they all should fill up the form. So then if the entire family has filled up the form and they know the importance of organ donation, there are many short films, 2 minutes, 3 minutes films are available on this organ donation, good films. So show them and show them that, see, these are the things, how much happiness. I will tell you which are in reality also. Suppose tomorrow I will declare brain death, and if my heart is being donated to someone and it is beating in that, and if my family hear the heartbeat of that person who is a recipient of my heart, just imagine the happiness, because my heart is beating somewhere. So I am living. My eyes are with someone. The one person can see. I will be seeing through him the entire world. So one should understand that even if I will not be there, I will be present everywhere, and others will be feeling my presence. So it's a very, very noble cause. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. The student is waiting with a question.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good morning, sir. My name is Shanali Chatterjee and I'm pursuing MBA from United University. So my question is, organ shortage has become a global issue. How are we going to address this issue?
Repeat again your question, please.
Okay, sir. So organ shortage has become a global issue. So how are we going to address this issue?
No, sorry, I will say it's not a global issue. It's an Indian issue. Other countries have already overcome this issue. They have made this opt-in and opt-out system such a way that there is no such issue. The other day, I was, Professor Agarwal knows because I am sending regular post to him. Other day, I had a meeting with a person who is specialized in organ and tissue transplants in USA. He met me here in Mumbai and I discussed with him. He says our researches are going on in a very big way. And you might have read in the newspaper or might have seen in the TV. Recently, one genetically modified heart of a pig was transplanted in a human being in USA. That person was alive for 2 months after the transplantation. Now, 2 months is just beginning. The research is going on in such a way that very soon these modified heart, kidneys will be fitted in the human being and then they can survive. But in India, because of the perception, because we term as that, we think that we are donors, we are such a compassionate person, we love each other. But the reality is we are not loving each other. Even I can say further, because you are our youth, we are not loving even our own family members. Talking is very good, but when comes, as Professor Agarwal mentioned, that when you invite even for the blood donation, many relatives are afraid to come. For organ donation, they will say, makes lots of excuse, your own brother, sister, parents, whatnot. I'm not saying you, means generally. So that perception has to be changed. If it will be changed, so it is an Indian problem, not global problem. They have overcome. You can imagine how many few people, and still they are trying that not a single person should die, because one death is as painful as lack of death. And one more thing I would like to inform to you and to all the viewers, that every year the death of due to the wants of organ is more than till now whatsoever death of due to the COVID. And the COVID, we have made so much thing, but we are not thinking about the organ donation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We have another student waiting to ask his question.
Good morning, sir. My name is Akib Mahmood. I'm pursuing MBA from United University. So my question is, what is the role of National Organ Transplant Program?
Rule of? Role.
National, yes, a role of National Organ Transplant Program.
As I told you that National uh, uh, Organ Transplant Program means the government has set up a NOTO, that is National Organ and Tissue Transplant Organization, which is a body created by the Ministry of Health based in Delhi, and they have their own subsidiaries, or I will say the outlets on the regional thing, that is ROTO, Regional Organ and Tissue Transplant Organization, and then they have state. So like you are from UP, so Lucknow is having a state SOTO. And then you have in every district. So the district, the CMO or the chief civil surgeon, whosoever is there, he is the in charge of that committee. And there they see, they recognize those hospitals which have the power, which can create, which can do the organ transplants in their hospitals. They recognize, they create the body, that committee, which declare the brain death, and they also coordinate with the district administration for creating the green corridor as well as the airport authorities. So government, the national program is to save the lives. Only thing is that we, the civil society, we, the human beings, the youth or the old, we have to accept it that this is something, a very noble thing, and then everything can be fine. So the role of national NOTO is very huge, very specific to save the lives. Only thing is the cooperation is required by the general public. Thank you. You want any other question to be asked?
No, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Another question is there by another student.
Good morning, sir. My name is Saurabh Pandey. I am from BCom Honors, and my question is: Can organ donation takes place in medico legal case, and who has the authority to give permission in that cases?
See, medico legal cases, yes, anyone can donate, even if it is a medico legal. But medico legal means there is an accident. That is, you mean to say medico legal means the accidental case is medico legal? Correct? Okay. So all the road accident cases are medico legal. They are coming to the hospital. The permission has to be given by the relative of that person, the person who is declared brain dead. No one else have power in India. Okay. Thank you.
So much, sir. Another student is there with this question.
Yes, please.
Good morning, sir. Sir, I am Swastik Srivastava, pursuing BA LLB from United University. So my question is, the major issue is disparity between demand and supply in an organ donation. How can this issue related to organ donation be addressed?
Yeah. I told you that about 1.65 lakhs road accidents are taking place every year. Now, out of 1.65 lakhs people, about 1 lakhs are declared brain death. But very few are, their relatives are allowing to donate. As Professor Agrawal also mentioned, if the opt-out system is taken in India, these 1 lakh people will be on the donors list, and means they will be donating their organs. It means about 8 lakhs people's lives can be saved. So the issue can be sorted out. So demand and supply can be sorted out only if we will take the opt-out system in India. And you are pursuing law, and I am seeing so many who are pursuing law. Definitely, if you people will, and as Professor Agrawal mentioned, Allahabad is such a place where so much legal luminaries are there. If you create this awareness, if you call the judges and the advocates, and you people participate and say that why not we do like this? There are some reservations, the religions things, but it is not there. I am pursuing here with the Jains, with the Hindus, with the Muslims, and everyone is ready. I mean, Sardar, Sikhs, and everyone, Christians, everyone is ready to do it, because this is something which is a noble thing. I would like to add one thing. I asked the same question in UK. What is the thing? They said that in India, why you are donating money to the religious places? So my answer was that to buy peace for me, my family, wealth, etc. I will not ask for my neighbors. It is a common thing. Well, the same thing in UK is if they will donate their organs after their brain death, they will get more and more peace, happiness, and wealth for their family. So this is why the organ donation is more there. Secondly, in India, the maximum organ donors are poor, underprivileged, and the recipients are rich because the surgery is very expensive. Apart from kidney, all other surgeries are very expensive. It starts from 15 lakhs and goes to crore of rupees. So that no one can easily afford. Insurance companies are not covering this. This is also a point which, as a legal person, you can raise why the insurance companies are not covering this point, which is covered in other countries. So advantage, they have the advantage because insurance is covered there. They need not to pay anything. The recipient. Here, the recipient has to pay the money. Donors need not to pay a single penny. So that is the thing. If it will be changed, I'm sure there will be no demand and supply there. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
One more question is there. I hope this is the last question for this day today.
Oh, so soon. Okay.
Good morning, sir. I am Avantika Seth. I am pursuing BBLLB from the United University. Sir, my question is, it is very difficult to get green corridor. Can we have an alternative arrangement or strict rules or less strict rules?
Who said that it is very difficult for the green corridor? Who told you? No, please unmute.
Authorities.
No. If a patient is declared brain death in any of the hospital, the government hospital, the government authorities, the highest of the authority of your Prayagraj are bound as per the law. They are bound to provide the green corridor. And green corridor is having the access even in other countries. Even the president of USA cannot overtake any ambulance. They are normal ambulance. But in India also, if the green corridor is there, no authority can go in that. So there is nothing like that. It's again a myth. Green corridor, only thing is that it has to be declared by the authorities, the hospitals, because the committee, if they declare it's a brain death, and if it is informed to the SOTO or ROTO or NOTO, they will take up the matter because the organs have to be transferred from one place to other places, and it is happening everywhere in all over India. So there is nothing like that. Yes, if anybody wants a green corridor for their own leisure and pleasure, no, it is not allowed. It is to save the life. So if for saving of life, all are human beings. They are whether it is IAS or IPS or anyone, they all cooperate. I have seen myself that DCPs, they themselves comes on the road and see to it that no one should breach that green corridor. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so all your questions are over. Okay.
Sir, thank you so much for all.
Now I would like to say a few more things because still we have a time and we have to. I would like to inform all the students as well as to the viewers that about 1.5 to 2 lakhs kidney transplants for the requirement of the kidneys are this much, and we are transplanting only 8 to 9,000 because the donation is taking place. So one can imagine the gap about 1.8 to 2 lakhs. Is it on mute or they can hear in the auditorium? Miss Riti, can you hear in the auditorium what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. You are audible, sir. That is why
okay,
I muted myself.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you very much. So this is the gap as far as kidney is concerned. Liver, about 40 to 50,000 requirement is there every year in India. Hardly 1,700 or 1,800 transplants are taking place, the donations are taking place. Now imagine what is going to happen to those, and they all are adding for death. 2 lakhs hearts are required. only 3,500 surgeries are taking place. So one has to understand, and I will tell you, recently, a few months back, one superstar of Karnataka, and he was a superstar, I must say, from India also, Kannada actor Puneet Rajkumar. He died very early age, and his family has already donated. He has decided to donate, so his family fulfill his wish, their eyes, the corneas. And those corneas, for the first time in Narayan Netralaya, Bangalore, they have made 2 corneas in 4. So 4 people get their light of their life because they were blind and they got. So it is such a good thing. Even if it's a normal death, one can very well donate. Now I will say some few myths. What are the myths? Organ and tissue donation, there is a myth. Then once you donate the organs, they will mutilate the body. They will disfigure the body. It is a myth. Because one should understand that the organ donation takes place when we are talking of organ donation of a brain dead. And if it is a road accident, in a road accident case, in any case, the post-mortem has to take place. You are having medical students, you are having legal students, they know the procedure very clearly. Once the patient, when a road accident, medical legal case, and it's a declared death, then the post-mortem has to take place. So the same way, the organs they will take, and the doctors give full respect. Many cases we have seen doctors, nurses, ward boy, they all stand in the queue and they clap when the organs goes. They clap for the relatives because relatives have donated. So this is a myth that anyone tried to mutilate. Secondly, the myth is that donor's family is charged for donating organs. No, it is a myth. Once a person is declared brain death, and so there will be no charges from that hospital. All the charges will be borne either in the Ayushman Bharat scheme if the recipient is a underprivileged, or the recipient only. So this is all then a myth. If we will donate, then what will be the bill of the hospital? It's totally free. It is on the side of the recipients. And then again, there is a myth that if a doctor in ICU knows that this patient we can take the organs, so why, and he's an organ donor, so why should I save? No. Doctors, and you are having a medical hospitals, doctors are always dedicated to save life. They try their best. No doctor would like to kill anybody for the sake of money. So this is total myth. Even if the doctor knows that he's an organ donor, he has to give he will try his the best so that the patient should not die. But in case if the patient is declared brain dead, then his role is not there, the committee role is there. So legally, if you see, the doctor cannot do anything, doctor will not get anything. So why he will try to kill anybody? So this is again a myth. Then there was a question earlier in one of the programs. Somebody asked, what about those who have suffered with COVID can donate organs or not? Yes, anyone can donate if your organs are healthy. If the COVID has not affected your organ, then still you can donate. During the first lockdown, all the organ transplants were stopped. 2 reasons. First thing, all the hospitals were busy with the COVID thing. Secondly, it's a elective surgery, so they do not want to take a chance. Thirdly, they were not knowing what will be the effect of the COVID on those, because they have to be on a very high dose of medicines. So in that case, initially there was a resistance, but then the researches were done, and then they found even a patient who was suffering from COVID and declared the brain dead, still if they have the organs which are healthy, one can very well this thing. Now, one myth is, you are saying I am declared brain dead, but tomorrow I can recover. see, there is a difference between coma and brain death. In brain death, that's why I said the committees are checking each and everything. And once they check twice, first they examine and they found that you cannot, one person will not, is going to recover. Then they again check. So it's not possible that the doctors of high eminence will have that commit any mistake in doing it. So it is not at all likely that anyone can recover from brain death. One can recover from coma, but not brain death. So there is a difference between coma and brain death, which doctor knows very well. Then there is that myth, which I have already mentioned, that family plays a very, very important role. So if you want to become an organ donor, first convince your family. Tell them why you want to become. Try to convince them that they should also become an organ donor, so that tomorrow no one will have any objection if the donation is required. Death is inevitable. Everyone has to die. So one should not feel shy in talking about that. Earlier we were thinking, no, we should not talk about death. But no, as I told, death is also, you are saving many people. One has to understand this is a supreme donation. And I would like to say in many conferences, everywhere I used to say, again, I will tell here also, I do not wish to die peacefully. Everybody says my death should be peaceful. I should die without any pain. No, I pray to God, I should die with either an accident or something where my brain death is declared, so that after my death, I will be saving 8 lives and improvising 75 lives. Just imagine the blessings which I am going to get from those families lifelong. My family may forget me, to remember me every day, but they will not remember, because the persons who is alive because of my heart or my kidney or my liver or my lung will never forget. And that is what, if we will all think, and if one of the question was, what are the hurdle? The main challenge is the perception. Please change your perception. You are all young people. If you will understand, you are sending so many messages, forwarding so many messages, good or bad, whatsoever. Send at least one message every day to your friends. Even if you will send to two friends or 3 friends only, and ask them to forward about organ donation, the subconsciousness of anybody will have this organ donation name. Professor Agarwal knows I send every day 2 messages. One is of good morning for the flower from my own resort, and one a organ donation message, because this can create some awareness. And I would like to take this opportunity to declare that on 14th of this month, that is 14th of April, I am doing a program, and I was happy because she is a lady, a doctor, a advocate in Delhi. She's a government counsel and high court. She approached me. She was a panelist in one of my programs. The topic was the big fat Indian weddings, in which she was arguing, what is the harm if I am spending more money on my son or daughter's wedding? It's a one-time thing, etc., etc. I told her that just imagine those persons who are not having that money, they will follow you. Instead of that, do something that others will follow and get benefit out of it. Because if they are following you and spending more money, they don't afford, they will take loan, etc. But do something. And I give an example. I said, in wedding, why not get the forms filled up of organ donation? And I gave an example of Mr. Sushil Modi, who was the former Deputy Chief Minister of Bihar. When he had a wedding at his house, a son or daughter, which I am not remembering now, he asked every guest to fill up the form. Now, this is something which has, and when she heard that thing, she gave me a call last week. She says, I am celebrating my son's birthday on 9th birthday on 14th of April. I want to do it an organ donation program. I said, fine, I will organize this program again on the same slot. It's a live telecast. Let it be a milestone. It's a first time we are doing in India that someone is celebrating the child's birthday and creating organ donation awareness. And in that, she asked the format. So like today, you have taken the format, which I am thankful for Professor Agarwal and Ms. Riti that you have accepted my suggestion, that one by one questions. So there I said, you take the questions from all your family, friends, from wherever, and you will be asking question to me, give their name. So you mentioned Mr. XYZ or Miss so-and-so from this city asked this question. Like in our earlier age, we used to listen from Jhumri Talaiya, so-and-so asked this for this song, like that. Similarly, why not like this? So idea is to create awareness. And I'm sure today's program will definitely go and it will have more impact because you are showing in different conference hall live, and those who are watching program and those who have seen the questions asked by their own colleagues, they will definitely get the inspiration. Even I can say further, if you have any questions which you feel that you have not asked because of any reason, or you get the questions afterwards, you can send to the program coordinator. I will not tell Professor Agarwal, he's so busy in his work, but I'm sure Ms. Riti will do this thing for the sake of the service to the society, that you send the questions to Ms. Riti Singh. She will forward to me. I will give the answer to her on WhatsApp. She can send to them so that one can ask the question whatsoever. But please remove all your doubts before you fill up the form. Convince your family, talk to your family, and then only fill up the form. And one thing, again, more I would like to say, doctors are doing their best to save. Government is also trying their best, not from now, from 1994. And even our Honorable Prime Minister has also spoken a few times in the Man Ki Baat also about organ donation. So everyone is talking about organ donation, but still we are in the bottom of organ donation in the world. This is the situation. One side we says we want to become Wish Guru. Are we becoming Wish Guru? You all are youth. Please listen, think. If you have to do something, if you want to serve the society, why not do this thing? When I will tell you why I started this Organ Donation India Foundation about approximately 6 years back, 5.5 years back. I had a massive heart attack in London, and there when I was just saved with the God's grace, and then I decided, because my medical students knows my LAD was 100% blocked, and that window is 2 hours. That within 2 hours, and it was 2:30 in the night on Saturday, almost impossible. But the medical facilities in UK, I must say that yes, in organ donation also, and others also, and they saved me. And that time I decided that it's a time to repay. Why I have not repaid anything to the society? And then I decided to form this Organ Donation India Foundation, which is creating awareness. And I'm so thankful to Professor Agarwal. He's very kind to join me as a panelist many times, very thought-provoking things which he speaks in education and many, many topics. And but when he spoke me about organ donation, I said, yes, for organ donation, 24/7, I am always ready. Because I feel, as Dr. Agarwal said, even one life saved, you can imagine the happiness, pursuit of happiness. Imagine the thing, just imagine that you are not a doctor, you are not a God. If you save one life, how much happiness that family is enjoying, blessings you are getting, which you will not purchase. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ms. Riti Singh, for coordinating program. Thank you very much, Professor Agarwal. Back to you, Ms. Riti Singh, for last word.
Thank you so much, sir, for addressing us on this very important issue of
Riti, can I take 2 minutes?
Yeah, sure, sir. Sure, sir.
Okay, so thank you very much, Mr. Lal. And I'm sure that so many new things we have come to know today. And my students, my faculty colleagues, and people who are watching on various TV channels throughout the country will be benefited. And I am looking forward at Prayagraj to make this as one of our mission and create this type of awareness through various lectures, seminars, maybe school visits, college visits. I will have some volunteers developed for this purpose, and in their vacations or on some Saturdays, they can plan and they can go to various places. We will try to develop some kind of fixed maybe logo or a few good words which we will try to include in all our correspondence, so that whenever we are reaching to anyone, they can at least have a 1 second thought that why this line has come. Because this is not going to be a overnight affair. This has to be for generations. We will have to hammer it out every day. Then only it will become a national priority in our country. We will have to also call sometimes some religious leaders who have got their opinion on this issue. And I'm sure at Prayagraj we have so many religious occasions, Kumbh and every year Magh Mela and others, where we can propagate this kind of mission, and we will take this with full vigor and with support of our students, and we will have more discussions on this at our level. How can we help our society to make things better? So thank you very much, sir, from my side and my university side. And I am sure that we will be having more occasions to talk. And as I told you earlier, whenever you are coming to this side, please give me a few hours, if not more, so that my students and my faculty can have one-to-one interaction. Thank you. Back to Riti. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Yes, sir, we would like to welcome you whenever you are around Allahabad. Please do visit the institute. Our students would love to hear you and the faculty members as well. I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to you, sir, Mr. Lal Goel, sir, for having this webinar with us. And in future also, we would like to have some more webinars with you for our students and faculty members. And I, on the behalf of United University and United Institute of Medical Sciences, I would also like to thank Professor A.M. Agarwal, sir, for giving us this opportunity and addressing the students and the faculty members. And thank you so much, sir, for taking up all the queries of the students. And I would get back to you with more queries, as you have already said. I'll WhatsApp you whensoever the query comes to me. And thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Ms. Riti Singh, and I'm most welcome. I would just, before I will end, I will just like to say one thing, Professor Agarwal, being a university, if you can add at least one chapter or one something in the curriculum of the students, so that they will understand what is organ donation, because once the student will lead in the curriculum, which we are pursuing, I want that it should be started from 6th standard or 5th standard, so that the child can ask the how in the family also what it organ donation, so awareness can go. If it is possible, if the government allows, which the government I am sure it will allow, if you can put it somewhere in the thing in medical as well, because medical doctor knows about the organ transplants, but it is very difficult for them to understand what is organ donation. I have addressed many medical colleges in Bangalore, and I found that doctors are also want to know what is organ donation, what are the procedures, what are the complications, what are the advantages. They know that the transplants, they are doing the transplant, the surgeons are doing. So that is my request. But thank you very much. Thank you once again.
Sure, sir. We'll make the endeavor.
We'll do that, sir. That is not a big issue, sir.
Thank you very much, Professor Agarwal. Thank you very much, Ms. Riti Singh. So viewers, we have seen today how the university has taken a lead for the first time, the Prayagraj, the United University at Prayagraj, and they have taken this lead, and they have shown how the organ donation awareness program, and they have assured that they will take up, not now only, they will be taking up in future also. And I'm sure the commitment which Professor Agarwal has shown is going to be for a long wait. So thank you very much. And today's program has been live telecasted by V4 News, Karu News, V4 Stream, Malladu TV India, Newsgaon se Sambad Saroka News, Bharat Post News, Gyan, as well as it was shown live on Facebook and YouTube. So please tune in every day for media conference with Lal Goel at 10:30 a.m. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Professor Agrawal, for giving me opportunity to speak. And thank you very much, Ms. Riti Singh. And I thank you all the young students, youth who have asked the question, and to those who are watching this show. Thank you very much. Thank you all the viewers for watching our show. Thank you.